There is a lot of things that I both love and hate about Elite Dangerous, and in today's video we're gonna count down 5 things that I love about the game. Today's video is brought to you by GameGlass. With GameGlass you can take control of your ship using a tablet or a phone. You can try it out using some of the free pre-made shots, or you can also make your own custom shots and share them with the community through the built-in marketplace. So gone are the days where you have no more room for all your key bindings. On top of that, GameGlass also supports Star Citizen, so follow the link in the video description and try GameGlass for free and use offer code DTEA to get 5% off any purchase. Hello ladies and gentlemen, as I said, today I'm gonna count down 5 things that I love about Elite Dangerous. But I'm also gonna make a video explaining 5 things that I hate about Elite Dangerous. So if you want to see that video, subscribe button is below. So let's jump into it. And I think one of the things that I've always loved about Elite, one of the things that made me interested in the game way back when it was first released, is its focus on realism. That one-to-one representation of the galaxy, that correct generation of the planet types in the different systems so that they match the star types and that the distances the planets are from their parent stars again match with the planet types that we see, and their orbits, they all make sense, and you can tell a lot about the planets from the different orbits that they orbit around the star. This is a super nerdy approach to generating a in-game galaxy, and I absolutely love it. As many of you know, I have a background in astrophysics, and seeing this level of detail just gives me so much joy in the game, because when I go out and I do exploration and I suddenly see a planet and it's orbiting in some weird orbit, I suddenly think, oh, this is probably like a captured object. Does that make sense? We go and look at it, look at the ages, look at the different composition of the planet. Does it differ from the rest of the solar system? And often it does, because it doesn't belong in that solar system. It was added in later. So many things, star types, all the things that they've done is just amazing, and it's absolutely one of the best things about Elite. The next thing I like about the game is that open world, like blaze your own trail kind of approach that Frontier has taken to building this game. There's no handholding, there's no like go here, follow this storyline kind of thing. There is a sandbox, there's an open world for you to go and use with what you will. The game doesn't tell you what you're supposed to do. It merely gives you tools, and then it is your job to go out and figure out what you want to get out of the game. And that open-ended gameplay where there is no end game in Elite. Like, you don't end up with, now you completed the main storyline, you're now in the end game, and you now have this dungeon that you can just repeat over and over and over again, farming for loot. While I do like my hack and slash action RPG, top-down, like murder monsters all day long games, I actually also do appreciate that Elite would not work as a game like that. This is an open world where you do with what you want, and this is also why that Elite is one of those games where you can just keep playing. There is no end. As long as you can find something that you want to get from the game can deliver it to you, which I think is absolutely well done by Frontier. Next up, the ship designs, not necessarily the looks and the shape of the ships, but the way the game design, the game mechanics around the ship. The fact that Frontier has managed to strike a balance with the way they make their ships, where they are specialized yet all kind of all round. You can take pretty much any ship, and people have done that, and turn them into exploration ships, fly them across the galaxy if that's what you want to do. There is no limitations for what the different ships can do. Sure, if you want to fly to Beagle Point, there are some ships that's gonna be more painful to do it in than others. Obviously, there are ships that are more suited for certain roles, but you're not limited. And this open mindset to ship design means that the possibility for ship builds is endless, and this is something that I enjoy immensely. I mean, a good evening for me is sitting, tinkering, min-maxing some builds, swapping modules, and Elite allows us to do that because the ships have struck that balance between being specialized yet still being versatile and multi-purpose enough that you can kind of sculpture them into to what you want. The next one is a little bit, I think, underappreciated. I personally appreciate it very much, and that is the in-game camera. Hear me out here. I know that for the average Joe that go and play Elite, you may play around with the third-person camera and think it's neat, and you can take some pretty screenshots. Many games offer a camera that can allow you to take pretty screenshots, but the camera in Elite is still the best that I have experienced in any game. The level of control you have over the camera, and even the ability to control your ship and the camera at the same time, if you make your key bindings right, just makes it so amazing for making content. And again, I know not a lot of people out there is necessarily making content. For most people, it's a screenshot generator, right? Whenever you're sitting on YouTube and you're watching your favorite YouTuber make videos about Elite Dangerous, the B-roll, the background videos that you can get is just easier, and it can be prettier when you have a good camera available, meaning that it is easier for people like me and other content creators to make good looking videos. Many other games where the cameras are more cumbersome to work with, it just means that you can't necessarily get the shots you want, and that means sometimes you have to compromise and work with the tools that the game provides. So I think Frontier made a very smart move by making a very, very good and relatively easy to use camera in the game, because it just makes it easier for people to make videos about the game, and that's free promotion. Now, I probably wouldn't be playing Elite today if I didn't have someone to play with, someone to nerd with about the game. So I couldn't make a video like this and not mentioning the entire Elite community, basically. The game is 8 years old, yet new tools are still being developed, old tools are still being updated, and there is still a extremely dedicated player base, despite everything the game has been through the last couple of years. And I even see this in the comment section of my videos sometimes, where people who may have left the games maybe years ago return back and comment on my videos saying that they're glad to see a lot of familiar faces. They'll come back 2 years later, I'm still talking about the game. The community that they used to play in may still exist. I know a lot of communities have closed down after Odyssey and also after the console side of the game moved into legacy mode, but there's still a lot of them around. And I think that kind of familiarity that you come back and it's like, oh, other than this is like, you feel at home when you come back. And I've seen this a lot when people comment on it in my videos, so I just feel like this is one of the strongest sides of Elite. It's really that community that keeps the game alive and solves a lot of the game's shortcomings, of which there are many, and those we're going to be talking about in the next video, where I'm going to be listing 5 things that I hate about Elite Dangerous. So if you want to know what that is, subscribe and watch the next video. But that's good for today. Thanks for watching, and until next time, I'll see you guys in space.